Hey there, Schmoedown fans. It's Thad Williams, your commissioner. I'm here with a little bit of an update regarding the Inner Geekdom Tournament. As you all may have heard, the Inner Geekdom Tournament is happening right now. Some of the matches that have already aired are part of that tournament. There might be some confusion going on, so I wanted to clear it up. As you might know, the matches that have already aired in the Inner Geekdom division the last few weeks are part of this tournament. First of all, Adam Lavick versus Hector Navarro, that was a round 1 match. Adam is moving on to round 2. Also, Emma Fife versus Jay Washington was a round 1 match. She will be heading into round 2 as well. Today's match, Rachel versus Markeia, is also part of round 1. Upcoming matches in the next few weeks that you might have heard about, Mike Kalinowski, the beautiful Mike Kalinowski, is facing off against Jared Haben. We're pretty sure Mike's going to win that one because he's one of the best players in the league, and I'm a big fan. Also, we have Mark Donica versus Robert Meyer Burnett. That's a match you do not want to miss in round 1. Coming up, a few matches that you might not have heard about yet. Mike the Answer Man Carlson is facing off against the world's finest member, Eric Zipper. And also, Keaton Markey is facing off against Rosie Knight in her Schmoedown debut. Rosie Knight, of course, from Jedi Council fame. And also, Coy Jandrew is facing off against the amazing Mara Kanopik, a newcomer in the Schmoedown League. How does round 2 work, you might ask? I haven't decided just yet. As soon as round 2 matches have been decided, I will let you know. But everyone from round 1 will be advancing to round 2 in the next few weeks. And I think after round 2 is done, we will have a normal round 3. It shouldn't... Sorry. Hello? Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike, I'm doing it right now. No, it's going really well. I just told him all about round 1 and round 2. Oh, yes, sir. And I'm just getting word, round 2 will feature a match at the Collider Collision. There will be a match from round 2 featured in Collision 2. So stay tuned for that and enjoy today's match. Rachel Cushing versus Markeia coming up right now here at the Schmoedown.
And that's the crusher. Rachel Cushing is just on fire. People love Rachel Cushing. She's one of the most popular people we've ever seen in this league. She had a great run in the singles. You talk about having a run in the singles. She almost won the damn thing.
Yeah.
So I've made a really good run this year in teams. I just had a hell of a run in the singles tournament. I feel really proud about that, but I've told you guys from the beginning, this is where I belong.
I want to take the pleasure of introducing you to the newest member of the Viper Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, please start clapping in your seats, by your computers, by your cell phones, even your bootleg flat screen TVs for marvelous Markeia McCarty.
Rachel Cushing.
Rachel Cushing.
Also known as the Crusher.
You're challenging her right now.
Rachel, prepare to be crushed.
To the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Got a hot Inner Geekdom battle here today. I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellis, and I am joined by Hall of Famer Mark Yodi Riley. How are you feeling today, sir?
Oh, bomb and a bomb, but dang-a-dang diggy.
That sounds like an affirmative response. We have Markeia McCarty, and she is challenging something of a Schmoedown myth at this point. Rachel the Crusher Cushing going back to her roots in an Inner Geekdom match. How do you see this one shaping up?
Well, I mean, obviously you go right to the Crusher because she's done so well, not only in the singles tournament, the team tournament, but she is known for Inner Geekdom. McCarty right now is the question mark because this is her very first match.
And the question mark becomes something of an exclamation point if you think about the confidence that she has portrayed. She
has a lot of confidence, which I like.
Member of the Viper Squad, and she has just been yapping nonstop, but she has some credibility to back her up. Right. As we know from this space, she loves these kind of movies. I think Inner Geekdom is perfectly suited to her particular skill set. When you look at a Rachel Cushing, you mentioned how close she's been to the mountaintop in both the teams and the singles, just getting a whiff of the belt in each time, maybe coming back back to the Inner Geekdom roots from which she sprung, I think could give her a better, more balanced attack the next time she's in any kind of Schmoedown.
That's a good point. I think that coming into the Inner Geekdom, she's going to find her groove. It's going to be interesting to see how McCarty will face Cushing and these, she's a tough one when it comes to Inner Geekdom.
I mean, look, we know it's easy to talk trash. Heck,
Sure.
I do it to you on your phone at 3 a.m.
I don't mind it, actually. It's kind of fun.
Well, now that I know that, I will never do it again.
Oh,
Markeia
damn it.
McCarty, on the other hand, she's been doing a fair amount of trash talking to Rachel Cushing, but it gets to be a whole different ballgame. As you know better than anybody, once you're under the white-hot spotlight of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, the competitors had a lot to say to each other. We'll take a quick look right now.
Today, I make my way back into the Inner Geekdom League. It has been far too long since I fought in this league, the league that I feel is my home league. And, there were a bunch of newbies and they all went after Inman, and Donica made her try for it. I mean, a little too easily if you ask me. So now I'm back. The veterans are back. We're going to have this little tournament here, and I'm going to make my way to Inman and get that belt.
We've come to the point once again where we're at this crossroads with the Viper Squad and the RA Club. So now another member has to get squashed by a marvelous individual, one marvelous Markeia McCarty, and I believe she has a whole lot to say that I'm going to enjoy, and Internet, you better listen as well.
I'll say this. Jay Washington has done a lot of groundwork to get the Viper Squad where it is. He's recruiting left and right, and he's got Markeia now, who just challenged me right out of the gate. Nobody knows what she can do in the ring. I certainly don't, but you can't, scoff at Jay's work that he's been doing with the Viper Squad. They have a little bit of a rivalry going with us in the Five Club. I'm happy to play into that, and I am happy to take on anybody that challenges me in the Inner Geekdom, especially because that belt's going to be mine.
Hi, Rachel. I'm actually a really big fan of yours. I enjoy all of the experience, all of the much experience that you have with Schmoedown. I intend to learn from you today. I really do. And I intend to school you in return.
Recently, I've had a lot of focus on singles, and unfortunately, my run ended with a defeat to Sam Levine, who retained the belt, and then he went and retained it against my partner, Clark Wolf. And then the focus was on the team division and the Shirewolves, which is awesome. I love playing with Clark, but I needed to find time to go back to the place I loved, that geeky place, the Inner Geekdom. It's my home.
I've been good all my life, Rachel, all my life. And until I talked to Mr. J. Washington and Miss Janine the Machine, I didn't realize I don't have to be good when I can be marvelous.
And it's only two things you can do about it. Nothing and deal with it. Damn it. See you soon.
I'm never insulted by somebody who challenges me. I appreciate the gall. I appreciate the balls it takes to do that because I'm good in the Inner Geekdom. So, Markeia, I'm all set to play you, but you might have bitten off more than you can chew.
And you see that? I mean, look, Markeia not backing down from the challenge. But I think that's kind of how you have to approach this match. Is you can't come at Rachel Cushing sheepishly. You got to bring everything you have the full day. And that includes in a pre-interview, Mark.
That's right. You do the pre-interview, you set it up, you set the tone, and you're going to walk in there with some confidence. I like that angle.
Yeah, and Rachel Cushing, I mean, look, I think that she's more looking at this as a test of her knowledge versus somebody who is an unknown. Sure, I think Rachel is looking at this as a test against herself as much as Markeia. Did you pick up on that vibe as well?
I did. I think Rachel knows her stuff, and I think she's just going to go in and be a professional. That's what she does. It's McCarty that I'm looking at. She's coming in hot.
And if you look at the tail of the tape, we know that Markeia's strength includes comic book movies, knowing her snakes, and lollipops. I'm not sure how that's going to factor in here today, but she can
to find out.
Tell the difference between a viper, an anaconda, and a cobra. And then Rachel Cushing, I mean, the tail of the tape, she has a lot of strings. Just a few to throw around there would be Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and the Hobbit movies. I didn't know that could be considered a strength. Apparently it is for Rachel Cushing.
Well, the Hobbit, that's a movie, all right.
Hey, you know what? I actually liked them. I gave them a... You know what? I take back some of the things I said about you, Hobbit. I'm sorry I fell asleep during the Battle of the Five Armies 7 times. All right.
It happens to the best of us, Mr. Ellis.
Mark Riley, hang on, I'm getting a text.
Okay.
And it's actually from my mom, and it says that she is ready to Schmoedown.
Oh,
Are
good.
you ready to Schmoedown?
I am ready to Schmoedown.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! For the introductions in this 3-round Inner Geekdom match, we have the one, the only, Mr. Christian Harloff. Take it away, Golden Throat.
Introducing first, representing the Viper Squad, making her Schmoedown debut, Marvelous Markeia McCarty.
That is not marvelous.
Yeah.
Nor is it
Coming on in.
Taking a bow. This is
Very
an
good.
interesting look for a
Cute
heel.
and bubbly, looking loose, relaxed. I mean, this is not bad here.
A
all right?
bubblegummy version of a heel. I'm getting a Harley Quinn vibe. Is Jay
very Harley
Washington
Quinn.
the Jared Leto?
Sure, I'll go with that today. Yeah.
And Markeia having some fun. Jay Washington escorting her out as she is a member of his Viper squad.
Right.
And their opponent, Christian.
Representing the Fife Club, she is the 2017 Rookie of the Year with a record of 1-2 in the Inner Geekdom division, Rachel the Crusher Cushing.
Look at that.
Member of the Fight Club, walking out. Member of the Shirewolves team.
I like this.
And Rachel Cushing
Has arrived.
coming out. Both very comic booky kind of intros there, Mark
Yeah.
Riley. As somebody who owns a Superman leather jacket, you must be pretty impressed with what you just saw.
Very impressed. I wouldn't expect anything less with the Inner Geekdom, of course. So.
All right. Well, we have the managers. Do the managers have anything to say before they
look very
before they
stoic
part? You
over
guys-
there, Jay Washington. Oh boy.
Peggy Carter's dead.
Oh.
Some people in the crowd yelling, it is indeed a spoiler.
Are you talking canon or here?
It was a natural death, just like Rachel is about to have.
Wow. Wow.
And that's going to be canon.
Okay. Okay.
And I would just like to add that, Peggy Carter adds some much-needed class to
Wow,
any situation
this is,
you find her in. So
this
too does
is-
Rachel Cushing.
This
There it is.
Getting hot in here.
Already.
The competitors ready to go. Rachel, you are the favorite. Are you ready to compete?
I am.
Okay, Markeia, how you feeling?
Oh, I'm all good.
All right, then without further ado, I will get to the rules of round one. This is an Inner Geekdom, so the competitors are going to hear 10 questions from 10 different corners of geekdom. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round one. As soon as the competitors hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Once we ask you to give us your answer, please verbalize your best attempt at an answer into the microphone. At the same time, show what you wrote on the whiteboard to your preferred camera. I will remind you, you each have 3 usages of the JTE rule. If you didn't hear a question, you need to buy yourself some time. Use the JTE rule. If you want to challenge a ruling or an answer to a question, please use your 1 challenge at any time during the match. Mark Riley, good to go?
I'm good to go, my friend.
It's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. And your first question will be administered by one of the members of the Mount Rushmore of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you.
I was talking about me, but go ahead.
Of
You
course.
can have it.
Round one. Here we are. Your first question in the category of Star Trek. Star Trek. Name one of the original crew members besides Kirk that cameos in Star Trek Generations. You know that movie, right?
I remember the movie
canon.
being released. I remember I was still deep in my Star Wars is better than Star Trek, thus I cannot like them both.
5, 4, 3,
I'm out of that now.
2,
I've recovered.
1. Yeah, I would.
All right,
Answers.
pencils down. Let's go to Rachel Cushing.
Chekhov?
That is
That is
one of the
correct.
members.
Oh, I'm
Markeia
sorry. I did
McCarty.
actor. Nichelle.
It is not looking to show. We're looking for either Scotty or Chekhov.
Yes, Scotty.
So Scotty or
Still love Loki, though.
Chekhov, but we do love us some
Yeah.
Loki. So Cushing takes an early 1-0 lead. Your next question comes from the world of Lord of the Rings. A lot of fans here today. Your question is, which Hobbit? What is the name of the Hobbit that awakens Treebeard from his slumber in the Two Towers?
Good question.
Yeah, I remember seeing the Two Towers in theaters.
It's a good movie.
And liking it more than Return of the King. I'll have to
Interesting
revisit
take.
that.
That's a hot take.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Markeia.
I believe it's Mary.
It is not Mary.
Incorrect.
Does Rachel have it?
It's Pippin.
It
It
is.
is Pippin.
In fact,
Rachel showing her
One
stuff.
of the two.
Pippin.
It's one of the two.
Definitely one of
One
the
of the two hobbits. Our next question mark.
All right, your third question comes from the category of the MCU. The MCU. In Guardians of the Galaxy, who helps Star-Lord break out of prison with a fellow prisoner's metal leg?
I mean, we've all been in that situation at some point.
Yeah,
in our
that was a
life.
tough weekend.
Do you mean I can choose from anybody? I'm sorry, clarification.
Would you like to use your JTE rule? Repeat the question.
It's yeah. I mean, we can provide some clarity. It's just yeah. I mean, we need the name of the character.
I'm sorry, then repeat.
Okay. In Guardians of the Galaxy, who helps Star-Lord break out of prison with a fellow prisoner's metal leg?
The Guardians. They're from all over the place.
They're an eclectic bunch.
Yeah, one's kind of from Earth, I guess.
Yeah, he is.
5, 4, 3, simpatico. 2, 1. Pens down. Rachel Cushing first.
Rocket?
It is
Rocket
in fact
is
Rocket
correct.
Raccoon.
Rocket.
had Rocket as
Markeia
well.
is on the board.
Markeia, maybe not that confident in her own answer, but it was in fact correct, and it is now 3-1. Rachel Cushing has yet to miss. Our next question comes from the world of Harry Potter movies. What is the name of the three-headed dog in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
And a three-headed dog.
Yeah, I believe every crew member that had a hat just threw it on the ground.
Yeah, they
in
sure
disgust.
did. They apparently know that question.
Reasons unknown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We go to Markeia first.
It's like, this is spelled wrong.
It
but
is
it's not-
it is not Cerebras. That is not. Does Rachel Cushing have it?
Fluffy.
It is Fluffy.
Fluffy it is.
It
That
is
correct.
Fluffy.
4-1 with Rachel taking a pretty big lead at the first round here. We go on to the fifth question, ladies. In the category of DC. DC. And your question is, who directed Superman Returns?
This is a movie where Superman returned.
He did return.
You're a big Superman guy.
I like Superman.
What is
yeah.
it about the character?
Great hair.
Succinct answer?
Yeah.
And I feel satisfied. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We go to Rachel Cushing first.
Brian Singer.
Brian
That's
Singer
correct.
is correct. Markeia, did you
Zack
have
Snyder.
it? It is not Zack Snyder, not yet. And it is now 5-1. Rachel Cushing
5-1.
in a commanding lead over Markeia. Rachel, in fact, has not missed yet in round 1. If she does throw a perfect game, she will get a bonus question asked just to her. We're not there yet. We're merely at question number 6, and that comes from the world of The Hobbit. And the question is, name the actor who plays the Elven King Thranduil in the Hobbit films.
Thranduil is a great name.
It is, and
Wow, class.
Thranduil.
Thranduil.
That's going to be my new middle name after today.
Mark Thranduil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Markeia, did you have it?
Still love Loki.
She's
Still
a
loves
fan of Loki. No correct answer, though. Rachel Cushing, to stay perfect.
I love Lee Pace.
She does stay perfect.
Yep. Lee Pace is the correct answer.
6-1.
It's going away with this.
This
Taking
is
it.
why they
in.
call her the Crusher.
That's right. And your seventh question now, ladies, comes in the category of the DC EU. That shared universe thing they're
A
doing.
lot of letters.
And your question is, what is the first and last name of Chris Pine's character in Wonder Woman?
Is it your phone that does the Wonder Woman theme? When it rings?
No, that's Wendy.
I thought that was you.
No. Why would
Okay.
mine plays the Superman theme? What's wrong with you?
Sorry I slighted you. I apologize. 5, 4,
Repeat
3.
the question, please.
Oh, you got to repeat the question.
So 1 JT rule per.
And what is the first and last name of Chris Pine's character in Wonder Woman?
It is Wendy's phone now that I think
It
about
is,
it.
it
I hear
is.
it go off a lot.
Yeah,
It's better than the ding.
it is better than the ding. Has
5,
personality.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Rachel Cushing.
Needed to dig. Steve Trevor.
It is Steve
dug and you
Trevor,
found gold.
Markeia.
Yeah, it's Steve Trevor, and then here's Wonder Woman going, no.
Oh, isn't that adorable?
Oh, and you made the audience.
Oh, boy.
Just, we know, yeah.
Hey, you know what? You can kill off the Steve Trevor, just don't kill the dog. It is 7-2, and Markeia, much needed point there, but
Yeah,
Rachel
she needed
continues
that.
her run with a flawless first round. I will ask the question now.
Yeah, that's
after
you.
a dramatic pause for effect.
We needed that pause.
And our next question comes from the world of Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars in this category. What is the name of the rebel pilot that survived both the Death Star battles and the Battle of Hoth besides Luke Skywalker?
Very good question.
Because obviously Luke is still alive and well in the Star Wars universe. This is something we all know.
We do know that.
Yeah, guy's doing great.
I'll see you around, kid.
Sitting on that rock. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pencils are down. We go to Markeia.
Han Solo?
It's not Han Solo. He did participate in some battles, not those 3. Rachel Cushing.
Wedge Antilles.
It is
Antilles
Wedge
is
Antilles.
The Crusher is crushing right now. This is happening.
That's right. This is Rachel Cushing. What she does. 2 questions away from throwing a perfect round, and a round in which Markeia desperately needs at least one of these next 2 points.
All right, so we're going to your 9th question. That comes in the category of Marvel. Marvel. In 2004's Spider-Man 2, what is the profession of John Jameson, son to J. Jonah Jameson? A lot of J's in the Jameson family.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of J's. You know, they are worth 10 meaty points in Scrabble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get a J.
Okay.
It is good news.
Okay.
Unless it's your last turn. Then it's like you contracted something. 5, 4, 3.
Repeat?
You got to repeat. In 2004's Spider-Man 2, what is the profession of John Jameson, son to J. Jonah Jameson?
An X is a good one.
X
A
is-
Q is tough because you got to rely a whole lot on you, although QA is a word that you can use in Words with Friends or
Z?
Scrabble. Z's another 10-pointer. 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Pens down. We go to Rachel Cushing.
I believe he's an astronaut.
He is an astronaut. That is
He's
correct.
an astronaut. Markeia.
No.
A reporter.
Didn't have it. Didn't have it. All right.
Actually, I think
right.
most of us would have guessed reporter over astronaut, given the lineage.
Yeah, you know, he did
No.
follow in the family business. Instead, he went to space, I guess.
There you go. And our last question comes from the world of mixed bag.
Ooh,
Close your eyes,
mixed
reach your hand
bag.
deep in that bag. Could be anything. And the question that has come out is, how many Harry Potter movies did John Williams score?
Ooh, that is a mixed bag question, and I like it.
I would not know because while he was scoring those movies, I was working on my stand-up.
That's good, though.
It's a
I mean,
callback.
it paid off for you, I would say.
Oh.
I was watching the movies.
I ended up going to John Williams.
Oh, yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markeia, did you have it?
3.
It is in fact 3.
Yes, she nails
Rachel
it.
That one I
Cushing.
knew. 3.
Okay.
And Rachel,
10-3.
that's a perfect round, Mark Ellis.
Rachel Cushing has thrown a perfect round. Markeia showing sparks of life there towards the end, but
Yeah.
Rachel Cushing a dominant first round. So
Wow.
dominant, in fact, that she has achieved a perfect round 1. So she now gets asked a bonus question. This is just to Rachel, and it's worth a point. Mark Riley, you have the honor.
All right, your bonus question, Rachel. Who plays Ramona Flowers in Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
She nails it.
Okay.
I mean,
11 points.
this is incredible.
That's-
What a showing.
Is amazing. That is why she is one of the best in the game. Markeia has a lot to climb in round 2, but she can do it because I will remind everybody out there as well as our competitors on the table that the Inner Geekdom works like this in round 2. 5 questions. 5 questions get asked in round 2. They are each worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, competitors, you can check the multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. Keep in mind there is stealing available in round 2. If your opponent misses misses their question, you do have the floor to be able to steal it if you know the correct answer. You get your questions from that there Wheel of Fate. Each competitor gets a spin at it. If you're not sure of the category that you spun, you don't feel too confident in it, you can spin again, at which point you must answer the 5 questions. Rachel, Cushing, Miss Carter, you are leading by a healthy amount, 11-3. Would you prefer to spin first, or do you want to defer to Marvelous Markeia?
As always, I'm going first.
She's going to go first.
She's going to go first.
Going to go first. She is not shy.
Boy.
Miss Carter has lived a life, some would say.
Yes. She
born, I believe, in the late 1920s,
something
maybe?
like that, yeah.
Around in the 40s, prominent during World War II.
Made a name for herself in the 40s, I would say.
One of the sassiest gals of the funeral home after she passed away in 2010.
Yeah.
All right, round and round it goes, and it's going to land on Spinner's Choice. This is a Star Trek movies. How do you feel, Miss Carter? I'm just going to call her Miss Carter for the rest of this round.
She's thinking about it.
You want the Star Trek, or do you think maybe something else is out there for you?
Whoa.
She is going to keep it.
If this woman knows Star Trek, I mean, it's over. I don't understand
this. This is what the greats do. They might take something that's not in their Tales of the Tape pre-show, but they go with something that indeed they're confident in, and that seems to be the case for Star Trek movies.
She likes Star Trek, too. We are in Star Trek, and your first question, Rachel. Who plays the Klingon General Chang in Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country?
Christopher Plummer.
That is 2 points correct.
All right. Christopher Plummer playing General Chang, 2 points, and it is 13-3, 10-point lead.
All right, we go to your next question, Rachel. In 2009's Star Trek, who is captain of the Enterprise when it first sets off into space?
Christopher Pike?
Christopher Pike is correct.
We only wanted the last name.
Yeah.
I feel like we should take 2 points away because she gave us too much information. We can't handle that here at the answer desk.
We should probably falter.
15-3.
15-3, a commanding lead, and we go to your next question, your third question, Rachel. In Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, Krug orders his gunner to target a specific area of the Federation starship orbiting the Genesis planet. What area was targeted? That's a deep cut right there, man.
That's a lot of verbiage for you.
Yeah, it was.
Have a sip of Chardonnay.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice it is. Is it A, the shield generator, B, the engine, C, the bridge, D, the weapons array?
And we're going to count down from 5, 4.
A.
A is incorrect.
Markeia for the steal.
Did I say engines?
It is, in fact, the engine.
Steal.
That's a much-needed steal by Markeia.
Yeah, she needed that steal.
I think anytime you can prevent an opponent with a big lead of getting points, that's an achievement in amongst itself. The fact that she was able to gain a point, too. At this point, Markeia is really playing to survive into round 3 and not get that knockout.
All right, Rachel, we are going to your next question. What is the name of the villainous alien species in Star Trek Insurrection?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Oh, good God. Look at this.
Pronounce those correctly.
You want me to take a stab at it?
No, I want to do this. Is it A, the Baku, B, the Borg, C, the Vulcans, D, the Sunna? Or Sunna?
It's very Trebekian of you.
Thank you.
A.
A, the Baku is incorrect.
Sunna.
That is correct.
It is the Sunna.
Another steal.
And Markeia, she's just getting a tablet and just chiseling some commandments in there, saying, I will not go quietly into the night.
All right. Rachel, for your last question in the category of Star Trek, what is the name of the frozen Klingon prison planet from Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country?
Ruapente.
Wow. Yep. That's it. I can't even pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's 2 points.
I've never heard of Rua Pente. Doesn't sound like there's a sandals resort on that planet.
No,
I will not be visiting it. Sounds awful. It sounds kind of like a Hoth in Star Trek.
It does.
Nevertheless, Markeia having some level of success in that round for no other reason because she was able to steal a couple points from Rachel. But Markeia, if she gets a good spin here, she can be right back in this ball game. Without further ado, marvelous Markeia, please give us your best spin at that wheel. I've never seen the reverse spin before. It is, if I have, it has been a day and a year. Here it could be Star Wars.
It's Star Wars. It landed on Star Wars.
I know you would sit down with that. As
I would sit down on that immediately. Yes.
Where is Markeia's head at?
She's considering.
She's thinking. She's gonna spin again. Will she do the reverse Australian toilet again?
Looks that way, Ellis. Yeah.
She did it again.
She did it again.
Totally different down there in the land down under. All right, and here comes, it could be Star Wars again, it could be DC movies.
DC movies it is.
That looks like a good, productive
I think
second
she wants
spin
that.
for Markeia. This is DC movies, and the interesting thing about this category is that this is DC movies, so this could be from any DC movie, primarily ones that are not currently going in the DCEU.
That's correct. It could be Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
That's right.
How bad would that be?
That would be mean.
Yeah.
It could be worse. It could be from Superman 3. All right.
True.
Markeia, your first question of 5 in the world of DC movies. In 1989's Batman, how many millions of dollars does the Joker say he'll dump on the streets of Gotham? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice.
We can do that. Is it A, $1 million, B, $20 million, C, $50 million, or D, $100 million? 5, 4.
$2 million.
That is not an option, unfortunately. $2 million.
Sorry, the B.
It is. It was answered as $2 million, so I have to.
That makes sense.
Rachel Cushing.
It's $20 million.
It is $20 million.
So a point for
Tough
Rachel.
break for Markeia there.
Yep.
18-5 in the favor of Rachel Cushing. Markeia, your next question. In the theatrical cut of Superman 2, Lois is in what city at the start of the film? Five, 4, 3.
Metropolis?
That is incorrect.
Correct.
Paris.
Oh, man.
Is correct. That was a big
right.
2-point steal.
It's a big 2-point steal because we are in danger of knockout territory here. Here's how it works: is that in the final round, in round 3, the most amount of points one can accumulate is 10 points. And so using that math, Markeia is going to have to get this next question right, or else this will be a knockout.
Yes.
Markeia, your next question, and we need some points from this one or it will be a knockout. In The Dark Knight Rises, what is the false name that Marion Cotillard's character goes by?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Pamela Isley, B, Miranda Tate, C, Nora Fries, or D, Jane Doe?
Repeat the question.
In The Dark Knight Rises, what is the false name that Marion Cotillard's character goes by?
I think I have one more repeat for the answers.
You do have one more JT rule. Would you like to use it now?
For the answers.
You don't need to use it for the repeat of the answers. We can give those multiple choice options. Is it A, B, Miranda Tate, C, Nora Fries, or D, Jane Doe?
I'll go with C.
And your winner, by way of knockout, Rachel the Crusher Cushing!
Yeah, that was a tough hill to climb.
I think a lot of times, Riley, competitors, they see DC, like, I know DC movies, but it's not the current DCEU movies, so age can be a factor when you're as young as somebody like Marvelous Markeia, but let's not bury the lead here. Rachel the Crusher Cushing proving her middle name in the guise of Peggy Carter here today. A dominating performance, one of the best we've ever seen in the Inner Geekdom.
It was one of the most impressive performances I've seen in an Inner Geekdom match or otherwise. That was a perfect first round. A couple of steals, killing it on her. I mean, Rachel is tough to beat.
It was an announcement of somebody returning to their form here with Rachel Cushing. And for Markeia, look, she showed a lot of moxie. She showed the ability in a number of different categories. It just, for that all to come together under the white hot spotlight, looking at an opponent that is getting every question they see, it's just, it's too much for any mortal to handle.
It's too much for any mortal. It's a first match under the lights and against Rachel, no less. That was a tough match, but we'll see how she bounces back. Maybe she'll come back and see if maybe another competitor, and we'll see what happens.
I think that there are some silver linings in this touch of gray for the Viper Squad and Marvelous Markeia, and Rachel the Crusher Cushing, a thoroughly dominating performance. For the post-game interviews with both the winner and the loser, we now toss it over to the will and the only miss, Jen Sturger.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here, and I'm here with McCarty. Markeia, that was a tough first match for anyone in this league to handle, and I think that you handled it with such class. And I just want to know, what were you thinking going into that second round? Like, I could just see you really kind of focusing in.
Yeah, I was focusing in. I wish I had gotten Star Trek. That would have been nice. But otherwise than that, I really wish that Emma Fyfe hadn't been whispering her hexy sayings in my ear before the match. I think that probably had something to do with it. Yeah, Emma had all this stuff that she was saying to me.
Yeah, that wizarding stuff.
Ahead of time, like her wizardy...
That wizarding stuff. Yeah, there was
Star Wars
stuff.
I don't think she's Slytherin.
That was happening.
We need to have this investigated by the league right now. How Emma Fyfe
I thought Emma was being nice.
She is hexing Markeia, sending telepathic messages to Rachel over there. This is just wrong. This is a travesty. She does never know.
Why do I like porgs now? I never liked porgs.
Do you see what is happening to her? Listen, Rachel has never liked Star Trek. How does all of a sudden she know all these Star Trek answers, huh?
And I knew Star Trek.
She knows Star Trek.
That was my spin.
This is not the will of Jesus, okay?
I understand what you're doing now. I understand what everything, all of you and Rachel and all of you are doing now. And I won't stand for it. This isn't the end.
No.
This
See,
is
what
not
it
the end.
is the Fyfe Club and the league are conspiring to make the Viper Squad look bad, okay? You got Emma with these hexen potions and all these things, this twiddle-doddle, Hogwarts waddle, all that. That's what's happening, okay? They want to make sure that I'm feeling broken, that Markeia is broken, that Janine is broken, that Stacy's broken, and it doesn't go that way.
You know what? You had a new hope. You just wakened a new hate.
Markeia, do you think with you being younger than Rachel, like some of the questions maybe just were a little bit out of your wheelhouse, especially when you landed on DC, which you said if it had been Marvel, maybe things would have been different?
If it had been MCU, if Emma Fyfe hadn't done her wondrous witchery Star Wars stuff, I think it would have landed on MCU. But you know what? I did learn a really good lesson today. I did.
What is it? What's the lesson?
The lesson that I learned is that I'm going to learn what all of these elders have. All of your knowledge, I'm going to learn it. And the next time that I do this match, it won't just be my stuff that I know. I'll know all of theirs
Also,
too.
The late, great prophetess Aaliyah said, age ain't nothing but a number and a noun ain't nothing but a thing, okay? So don't you put ages in this, okay? This is all hexes and demons and witches and warlocks and crushed up porgs. This is all mystical magic we do not deserve. I want an investigation put in right now on this league.
I will fill my brain with your elder knowledge.
Come on, let's go.
All right, so Riley, you see here, I mean, look, Rachel Cushing, classy as always, but she is looking ahead. Her foot is on the gas, the steering wheel, she has her hand to the 10-2 position, and she is hell-bent on getting somehow to Jason Inman's belt.
That's right, she wants it, and with that performance, if I were Jason Inman, I'd be looking over my shoulder right now because that's a tough, if you look at this match, and on paper, he's got to study some video just like Tom Brady does every night.
Jason Inman, if you're watching, eat a lot of avocados, drink a lot of water, just like Mr. Brady up there in New England. And for Markeia, she wants to still compete. I think she has the ability to be a force in the Inner Geekdom. It's just you go up against Mount Everest here. It's a tough way to introduce yourself to the Inner Geekdom.
It is, but the thing I know about the Schmoedown is the more you play, the better you get, the more you get kind of used to the lights. You get used to the questions. You get used to the audience. And I think if she tries to come back, that'll only be to her advantage.
Absolutely, and I think with a coach like Jay Washington, as much as he likes to bark, I think that he is a good manager of his squad. And you look at Rachel Cushing, it's a matter of the tortoise and the hare. With Markeia, slow and steady is going to win the race. You get your reps, you get a little bit better every time. Rachel Cushing is both the best parts of both animals. She's the hare, she gets out to a lead, and she does not relent. Congratulations to Rachel, the Crusher Cushing, on a thorough defeat of marvelous Markeia McCarty here today in the Inner Geekdom. Thank you guys for watching this match. Make sure you subscribe right here to Collider Video. Check out the Schmoedown Rundown on iTunes and the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page. Mark Yodi Riley, where can all the kids find you?
You can find me at Riley Around on Twitter and Instagram. See you there.
All right, I am merely Mark Baby Carrots Ellis at Mark Ellis Live. We will catch you all soon on a new edition of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Join our Patreon. Bomb to the bomb to bang, diggy diggy.
That's right.
Damn, dude, it is so good to have you back.
Oh, feels good.
In the Horseman. Dude, I couldn't believe you took my call, and I couldn't believe you were ready to come back and do what you do best. We've had our battles, Yodi, but I respect you like crazy. I couldn't believe you said yes, and I'm so happy to have you in the Horseman, my man. Welcome back to the Schmoedown, son.
Damn, it feels good to be back. You're fighting the good fight out there, Roka, and I'm watching these newbies come in, and they think they own the place.
Of course.
Nobody's won the belt like we have. Nobody's worn the belt like we have. Now we have some cleaning up to do because I got to get rid of these guys. I'm sitting in the audience.
Yeah.
I'm doing these. I'm naming these questions off like it's nothing, like I'm asleep. I want in there, and I can't wait to do it.
I love that fight. Man. We built this thing.
We built this along with this guy. Well, Mr. Merle.
There it is.
Riley.
Pleasure.
Roka.
Dude,
good to be back. You know what? The last time three of us were together, we were opponents.
Yeah.
Now we're allies.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love being back.
Dude, with Riley, I was just telling him, I couldn't believe you took the call. I'm even more surprised that you took the call. No, I told Nos, I said, we need a fifth member. And he said, who are you going to call? I said, I got to call the greatest of all time. I got to call Dan Merle. Dan, why did you take the call? Why are you back?
Number one, I love the four of you guys.
Yeah.
Number two, it doesn't hurt to have a little, extra motivation.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't hurt.
Speaking of the collision.
Motivation.
Yeah. How you feeling about the collision and Andrew Guy? You think he has a chance at all, or?
Oh, guys, that's a good laugh. Oh yeah.
How sweet it is, baby.
Feels good.
What's up, Schmoedown fans? Frank here, and it is time for your Schmoedown Breakdown.
And your winner!
Moving forward in the Inner Geekdom Tournament, Rachel Cushing finally makes her season debut against Markeia McCarty, who is making her overall Schmoedown debut. Rachel got back to her old ways pretty quickly as she went 10 for 10 and hit the bonus question as well, and she led 11-3 after the first round. In the second round, Rachel spun and stuck with Star Trek. She would get 3 of her 5 questions correct for 6 points. However, she did give up 2 steals to Markeia. With Rachel up by 15, Markeia was unable to make a comeback and was KO'd after her third question in the second round. The final score was 20-5. Inside the numbers, Markeia in her debut went 5 of 15, but did go 2 for 2 on steals. And looking at Rachel's day, she went 16 of 18 for 89% correct. That is the second best winning accuracy rate all time in the Inner Geekdom. That first spot is held by the Inner Geekdom champion himself, Jason Inman, when he answered 90% correct in his match against Mark Donica. If you want to find out other stats about this match and from around the league, check out SD Rundown Stats on Twitter, and don't forget to check out the Schmoedown Rundown every Saturday on YouTube and the Collider Factory podcast feed. This has been your Schmoedown Breakdown.
How's it going, guys? If you didn't know about the Patreon, you guys have a chance to support the Schmoedown. Now, myself, Mark Ellis, we've taken over the production. Basically, you guys have 16 tiers to choose from. We're trying to give back to the fans. Go and check it out right there. If you want to support the Schmoedown by becoming a patron today, go ahead and do it. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you've given us. And yeah, there's some really crazy tiers in there. I'd love to get your opinions on it. Now go enjoy the match. Go do it. It's a good match, for God's sakes.